What you doing? I'm the AC and this is Otaku News Reviews. I will be talking about Fabricant 100 by Daisuke Enoshima, Chapter 15, The Reason for Emotion. This chapter came out on March 26, 2023 and it's the typical 19 pages. My first reaction just from seeing the title page is that Luca? It's not, but I don't know, maybe the hairstyle or just the fact that character styles in general for manga artists are usually pretty similar, so it can be hard. I don't know. First thought, I thought it was Luca. It's not. Okay. But it was also me just trying to, like, why? I know this is about to go in a flashback. Why does it matter? Who is this going to be about? This Fabricant's dying already anyways. Spoiler. There's no connection at all. So even though this Fabricant picked this child for its hands, there's also a mark on its face, which it didn't show on the title page, but it shows now. And people, humans, shunned it, but now the Fabricant accepts it. Now, when this girl turns 18, the Fabricant does finally admit that it was doing this to orphans already, and usually they exist, but right when it's cutting her hands off, she thanks him. It's weird. Don't know. I mean, again, she thanks him because he took care of her, and when other people shunned her, okay, that was like other orphans. There's no there's not enough reason as to why this particular orphan thanked him when the others would resist. They never get into that, but I don't know. The Fabricant does start like realizing, he knows that the kids react positively to being taken care of, both physically and emotionally and mentally. And he knows this change in her attitude after he talks about, pretty much accepting her. But still, it's not enough. He's apparently doing this all with kids. There's not enough reasons for why this girl in particular was so happy about it. There's stuff, I don't know, I feel like it was just left out or could have had a little more depth to him. But I guess we'll never know exactly what that's going to be. Another little thing about this whole cutting her hands off, he does it with like a little axe. You think he could have done it like more precisely or like delicately. He's wanting to take these hands for it's why such a brutal way? I mean, yeah, it still shows like, he's just a slaughter and it's just taking them for parts. But also, they're going to be yours. The other thing is, it's showing this Fabricant is like starting to care about a little bit, or realizing there's a possibility to care. And if he would just not butchered these kids, he could have had a lot more happiness, or the kids could have been happy. It could have been, this mansion could have been just a better place, but he doesn't. He killed all of them, and he's dead too. That's it. There really wasn't too much that was like, oh, this is relevant, this makes a lot of sense. It's like, oh, here's a Fabricant, let's give him a little backstory real quick. Nope, that's it. So then they find the sister they came looking for. She's fine, that's it. There's not much left to that little story, conundrum, whatever. But it does reveal that this was the 33rd Fabricant. And it also reveals just now that there are numbers marked on them, and that's how we see it. Just now, really? This whole time? I mean, I know we're only like 15 chapters in, but he hasn't even really identified a number for a Fabricant since the beginning, and now it's finally bringing it back. It just seems like weird timing just to start revealing this stuff that Ishibi did already know. I don't know. It's a little weird, the timing of finding out these things. Like, okay, the core, that could have been something new, sure. This, Shibi has already been keeping up numbers. Why just now showing this? And why did you leave the other numbers out until now? I'm a little disappointed at that, because that was kind of, I don't know if I'll say fun, but one of the interesting things is, what number is this one? What number is this one? And apparently it was an easy way to tell. I thought she was just guessing. No, there's a way. Okay, well, but there's another thing that Shibi's looking at or wondering, afraid of, is like, what if a higher number gets his family's blood? And I'm about to get more to the higher numbers in a second, because another big reveal that makes no sense is 100 did not know about the cores and never had any body parts on it. That's a huge turn of events. At least to me, because 100's just, well, 100 is supposedly the strongest. And that's nothing. Now I'm wondering, what happens if like 99 gets some of the Shibi's blood? This is where I expect all of this is going. It's 99. Who you would assume would just be like marginally weaker than 100, who apparently is just at base. So that means 99 at base is going to be really strong too. But now, if 99 gets parts and blood and all this stuff, I don't. It's going to be a big fight. That's where I see a conclusion, or a penultimate conclusion coming to, is 100 versus 99 or something like that. I don't know. And it's also just, I'm trying to figure out why 100 wouldn't know this stuff at least. Because 100 would have known everything. You would think he would have known everything going up. But maybe that's the thing. The later Fabricants are stronger, but they haven't had as much time to be around the other Fabricants because there's the last ones made. Whereas, like number 1 was there the whole time, so we know all the knowledge, but have like none of the physicality to do stuff. Maybe that's where it's flipped. But it's not like 100's stupid. So she just doesn't know anything. And but like, what was that flashback? Was that flashback straight up just like the moment 100 was alive or became alive? And why does 100 look the way he did? A lot of people were like, oh, that looks a lot like Shibi's sister. Now we know for sure 100 has no parts of a Shibi's family at all, or anyone. But I guess the parts have to come from someone, because why else do they look humanoid at all? There's so much that's just, I'm trying to make sense of all this, and it just isn't going that great. I had to take once I hit that reveal, I just stopped for a minute. I was like, this is almost outrageous. I don't know. And at first I thought 100 was Doctor. No, maybe it's the Doctor's relative, wife. Because at first I thought the Doctor was female, but I guess it is male. I went back and looked at the very first page of this whole series. I guess the long hair made me make assumptions. I don't know what is up with this. The timing of it seems weird. The fact that it could potentially make a lot of cool stuff, and it makes 100 have even more potential. But we know 100 is never going to get any body parts now. And obviously the other ones are. So I'm just, wow, a lot of stuff going on. And then nothing, it doesn't reveal it yet, but Hugo did say that he'll tell Ashibi the secret to their abilities. That's it. I guess we'll see that in the next chapter. I'm just kind of blown away and figuring out what happened in this. Ugh. And going back to the title real quick before I end this, the reason for emotion, it could be, okay, I am looking more at, okay, of course 33. Most of this chapter is just 33's flashback and kind of having some emotions for the kids a little bit, or the kids having emotions to him and kind of trying to figure out what that's all about. But it also be 100 at the end, because 100 seems pretty expressive, and emotions are kind of just expressions of how you're feeling. So I don't know, but yeah, this is definitely mostly about 33's relation with the kids, but it also kind of like it also like goes against what happened with the whole Roxy thing. The whole thing was like Roxy grew up with this Fabricant and thought it would be, like your best friend, like connection on emotional level. And then the second the Fabricant gets a chance, he turns on her. So it's kind of a flip of that, where while this one's dying, it's kind of have them like that, oh, maybe he could have been more human. And maybe that's what is missing from Fabricants and why they can't be, perfect, is these emotion parts. I don't know. A lot of it's weird how they just pretty much like are opposite of each other in these back-to-back arcs. It's like, oh, Fabricants are completely emotion. They don't care about anything. And this one, while he's dying, is like, oh, they could potentially be caring. And their core looks like a heart. So it could be like symbolizing the part they're missing. I don't know. There's a lot for me to think about on this one. And I'm surprised I don't see more people talking about it. Of course, I try to avoid that. But how's not more people talking about this? I went to the comments afterwards and it was kind of mentioned, but not really. This is a big thing. Oh, I don't know. Anyways, before I just ramble on too much of my own astonishment, let me know what you thought. Do you think this is going to be has a huge impact on it? Of course, I don't know even if Ashibi knows that 100 never had any parts. Maybe he assumes she does. Maybe not. Who knows? Yeah, but let me know what your thoughts on all this are. You can, leave comments. You can follow me on social media, the AC Stories. You can email me at theacstories@gmail.com. Or hey, I have a Discord. You can join that small little Discord for now. But if you want, all the links to that stuff is in the description. And hey, if you liked what I have to say and a lot of my rambling and just moments, go ahead and give it a like. If you want to easily keep up with me, go ahead and subscribe. But that's all I have to say about this chapter of Fabricant 100. Thank you so much for watching. I'm the AC. Until next time, bye.